Ain't nothing new, man. None of this spiritual bullshit that y'all been learning, ain't none of it new. The whole new age. New age? You mean old age? You mean witchcraft? You mean, like, ain't none of that shit new, my nigga? Like, people be feeling like they so enlightened and woke. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're not woke, man. You're not woke. The only people that's woke is the people that submit themselves to God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. That's the only way you woke. You know what I'm saying? People think they're woke because they're connecting with their higher self. My nigga, if you talking about connecting to your higher self, what you talking about is connecting to spiritual forces that are here to manipulate you and deceive you. Like, you mean your higher self? Like, you are already your spiritual self. The only thing that can happen to you is that you can be blocked off from God. When all of us are one, we are all God. Therefore, yes, you can be disconnected from the I am, you know what I mean, God, and embodying all of us together. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but like, I'll give you an example. This girl that died, and her soul was snatched into the universe. And she stood before God in the middle of the universe. And his voice was like, if you combine everybody's voice, my voice, your voice, his voice, her voice, and the whole world, if you combine everybody's voice and put it into one voice, that's basically like what God's voice was. It was like a choir. And look, man, like nothing you can conjure up is new. It's the same deceptions and lies that have been being used for centuries and centuries to fool the same type of people over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? The worst thing we could think is that our generation is special. That something different is going to happen for us. It's the same cycle happening again and again and again and again. The thing that makes you feel like it's different is oftentimes the way shit is portrayed in the media. Like, for example, you look at an old photo of like your great grandparents or something. You might have photos of like your great grandparents or your great greats. I do. Within my family, we have photos that go back to like when cameras was first created. When you look at those photos, you see people wearing, nice clothes, like suits and ties or dresses or whatever. Obviously, the quality of the photo is like that vintage look. It's old. It's either black and white. Some of it is real hazy looking, or maybe it was closer to the 50s or the 60s when they started to have color, and it has a little bit more of a creaminess to it. As you get into the 60s, the color starts coming in. Like, it changes your perception about that time period. That's why you always hear people saying like, oh man, it was so much better in the 80s and the 90s. No, the fuck it wasn't better. It wasn't better. The music wasn't better. That you hear right now, that you think is garbo, 10 years from now, you're going to be like, man, everything was so much better back then. It's always going to seem like something else is better. It's always going to seem like that because you have the vault in your head is based upon images that you see that create the past for you. And it's really all the fucking same. We're breathing the same air. We're drinking the same water. We're seeing in the same colors that they were seeing in. Okay? We might have access to different technologies, but does that really boost anything? Does it make anything better? Hell the fuck no, it doesn't. That's why you got people complaining about social media making them depressed. And it's true. It is true. But that's why we have to take control. We have to be responsible for ourselves, like, to not get dragged, like, don't get dragged into the social media. You know what I mean? Like, limit how much you access that. Like, control that. You know what I mean? Because it will pervade and intoxicate you. It will. It will.